Hello, guys, you're welcome back. And if you're just joining us, this is Hello Africa on your superstar television, Clevy Television, and this is your girl, Sissy. And it is the entertainment segment, like we always do. We always get a guest for the day, and I'm not going to be doing this alone, of course. I have Prudence in the building.
It's good to be here, and I always look forward to this part of the program, and of course Wednesdays because I know we always have amazing guests, in the studio to make it all lively for us. So it's good to be here, and trust me, I know they are itching, they are waiting to see who we have in the studio. Yeah, right? Okay, so. Okay. Over to you to introduce formally.
Let me actually clear the air right now.
Okay.
So, guys, today on the entertainment segment, we'll be hosting this a very international guest. A lot of persons call him His Excellency because he happens to be the president of the Federal Republic of Entertainment.
Of entertainment, actually.
So, guys, let's welcome MC Tagwaye in the building.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Your Excellency.
Welcome, Your Excellency.
Pleasure, thank you.
He sounds more like His Excellency, truly.
All right, MC Tagwaye, it's good to have you on the program today. We are really excited to have you here, and would like to, start by asking you, how did it all start for you? Starting off what you started, well, everyone knows what you do, and how you even get to imitate the president, because I can't even understand that concept. How did that even come about?
Well, I don't. It's how do I put it? It's a long way coming. I was a teacher for, say, 7 years.
Okay.
And while I was teaching, I used to do MC for events like that.
Okay.
Weddings, corporate events, So it's something that I've been doing as a support to what I was doing then as a teacher. So a point came, the president is not the first person I mimicked.
Oh, really?
So, but his own was the one that actually, brought me to the limelight and became so obvious to a lot of people. I mimicked a lot of people. Even while I was teaching, I mimicked my proprietress. She's a woman. And back then in Katsina State, while I was teaching, you find classroom teachers sleeping while their pupils are making noise. So what I do is I come by the window side, then speak like the proprietress. And then the teacher will just jump up, thinking it's the proprietress. That's a woman I was mimicking as at that time. So, and mimicking her that time wasn't monetized in the sense that I will go to event and start, no, I don't do that. It's just something I can mimic anybody I wish to.
Okay.
The only thing is if I pick interest in you and probably I like your person and, there is this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you want to ask more questions, but let me ask you this. You seem to have the northern accent so much. Can you tell where are you from? Tell us who you are.
Because it's contradictory.
There is this,
Well, I have to say, a lot of people ask questions that, where are you really from? What do you really do? But I tend to maintain the fact that I'm a Nigerian.
Definitely.
That's very important. And, one of the problems we have in this country today is because we tend to leverage on where you're from, what you do, what religion are you, what tribe are you, what state are you from. This is one of the problems we have in Nigeria. So I tend to maintain the fact that I'm a Nigerian first, and then some people will say, we are disappointed. You are denying your origin. You are of course not. I'm not. I had a lot of interviews with newspapers, with a lot of newspapers. is written down there, you know. And to some people that will ask, I will say, what is your Google for? You can Google it, and once you do that, you have the full details of myself. That aside, I am an Igbo man by origin.
Okay.
I am more Hausa than Igbo.
Okay.
Because I was born in Katsina State,
Okay.
in a local government called Katsina. My primary school, my secondary school, my high institution,
Wow.
everything was in Katsina. So the way I will navigate in Katsina, I can't even navigate where my father came from. So it shouldn't be surprising that my accent is more of the north than the east also.
Okay.
So that is it. So for those saying, he's hiding his identity, he's doing this, no, not at all. My biological name is Obinna. My father's name is Simon.
Wow.
But in Katsina State back there, a lot of people, being that I'm a twin, all of them, most people, not all, address me as Hassan. Because normally, if you have twins in the north, the elder one is Hassan, and then the younger one is Hussein. But with the brand I have now, everybody now goes for Tagwaye, MC Tagwaye. So,
So how did the name Tagwaye come about?
Because Tagwaye in Hausa means twins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Tagwaye. But when it comes to identifying the elder and the younger as a twin, you use the it's called the Hassan and Hussein.
Yeah.
So, but the general name. So, how has it been for you on this journey? As an MC, and did coming into limelight, did it stop you from teaching or?
Yeah, of course, because it got to a point that I could not cope with the two.
Okay.
Especially events. And for those who know private schools, they don't really joke with the work itself, especially when it has to do with your frequent travelings. You are not here today. You are being invited for an event in Lagos, in Abuja, and all of that. You are not traveling, they're not going to take it lightly with you. So I did the honorable thing, which is to resign from my teaching job. But once a teacher is always a teacher.
Definitely.
So I teach in other ways, not classroom to say, but there are a lot of endeavors I do teach people.
Okay, so you decided to imitate the president. Tell us, when did you start this, and how has it been for you so far?
It started when he won the election, and then if you can remember, I said earlier that I cannot mimic someone who I don't really, I must fan you. I must be your fan, I must like you, must like what you do before I can be able to mimic you. And then President Muhammadu Buhari happens to be from Katsina and from Daura. And then coming from Daura, that's the same zone from where I was born, in Gawa local government. So from in Gawa local government to Daura, I think is about an hour or so. You'll be in Daura. So he usually, passes through Ngawa when he's coming from Kaduna for weekends, going to Daura, his house in Daura. So, whenever he's passing, being that we had stories about him in the 80s, how he came and fought corruption and all of that, he was arrested, and So with those stories we got from our parents, it was we now have it on ourselves at the back of our mind that this is a hero.
Okay.
So whenever he's passing, we know when he's passing is either on Friday in the evening or thereabout. So we have to be on the street to wave him, and he will be in his SUV and will always wind down to also wave back. So when he won the election, I say, that's it. My hero has just won an election. Somebody I admire, somebody I, So that is it. It started from a radio station in Kazana called Vision FM in Kazana State. So we started there like an interview section, and so the first time I was on air, someone had to call the MD of the station and told him, your station has really grown. He said, what happened? He said the president had a live interview, even phone calls on your station. So we must really congratulate you. He said, in my station, the president came and the GM of that station didn't call me to tell me. So he called the GM and told him, so you people had the president today, how much did he give you people? He said, no, he's not president. They said he had interview. He said, no, he's a comedian who mimics the president that had an interview. So from there, on radio, so we now said, okay, there's social media now. That was 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is there. Why not do a video or something and then post? So the first video that also shot me out was that of Fayoshe, where I said he's an actor, this, that. I said a lot of this. That video now went viral. Yeah. So from there, a friend of mine here, now he's a friend, then he wasn't, Onome, they sent. Mm-hmm. Now sent me a message on, I think, they got my number from someone and then called me, Dr. Ayuba. I don't know, some people, you should know Dr. Ayuba in Abuja. So he called me, there's an event in Abuja, Independence Day, a comedy show that we want you to come and all of that. So, I felt, wow, this is wonderful. I want to go and perform on a bigger stage, So it's a good one. So later I now started hearing something like, how much are we going to pay you? I said, is this serious? So I came to Abuja, they lodged me in and then gave me, all that I needed. So that day I went, I performed, and that was it. I was paid, when I do MC, I usually collect like 3,000, wow. 4,000, 5,000 as at that time. The first time I was paid 15,000 for just MC, I was mad. I was like, just to come and hold the mic and talk to people, and then in the next 1 hour, 15,000, because I was paid 8,000 as a teacher. And then later it became 15,000. They were increasing the money like that. So after that, Onome the Saint show, it was like, wow. The money I was paid then, I was not myself. Just to come, because, okay, that was an MC. You have to start from the beginning of the program to the end of the program, and you are paid 15,000, and you went, wow. And then this is a show that you just have like 10 to 15 minutes to perform, and you are paid over 100,000. It was something else for me, So for me, it didn't really start for maybe you came to the limelight and then you are begging for a platform. Though I begged for some people, I don't want to call names, I begged for some bigger platforms in Lagos, but it was always turned down. Not now, this one, excuses here and there, which I regarded as flimsy excuses. So, but at some point, they were actually begging me to come and perform on that same platform. They always suggest, they now identify with me each time, you are doing well, in fact, I'm happy for you, things like that.
But really, since you started, we want to know, has there been any form of harassment from the national securities?
National security, yes. At some point, they issued an arrest that I should be arrested by the DSS. That was 2000 and I think 17 or 16 thereabout. I think 17 or 16. I can't remember precisely. They ordered my arrest because there was a video I shot. So my editor got a picture of the president where he was sitting in his office, signing, and then he cropped the president out, then placed me there. And, the table, I was, flipping some papers and, so it was live.
It was so real.
Yes. in that video, I think I talked about Dino Milaye, talking about his missing result and all of that. So I told him, because he was having fracas with the custom boss. So I asked him that his documents or his result is in custom boss uniform. The custom boss refused to wear uniform. He said he's not going to wear uniform. So I said he's in his uniform. So, but it was, they were not concerned about that. What they were concerned about was the background that was used. So as a result, they ordered for my arrest. So I made 1 or 2 calls that this is what I'm hearing. I say, really? Why? What for? We'll call you back. And then before you know what is happening, it died. Because so many people raised issues that they used the office of the president in the United States to act movies, to do comedy, to do whatever. The flag, everything, and is comic. And it's not as if it's being used to do
fame or something.
Achieve something which is fraudulent or something of that nature. No, it's just an entertainment, and it is being used as so. And this person is also quite known by everyone. So it died at that moment. And then talk of embarrassment, or no, except if I'm not in my regalia. So long as I'm in my regalia, there's no office in this country as we speak. I cannot enter, except maybe I wear a jean, a T-shirt, that people don't easily recognize me with that. But if I'm in my regalia, there's no office. There are offices, I don't even follow protocols.
Wow. We want to be like you when we grow up. All right. I don't know. How did the name itself, MC Tagwaye, come about? Is it because you're just a twin or extra?
Yeah. Tagwaye, like I said, is a twin. And when you say Tagwaye, is only somebody who understands Hausa deeply will understand what Tagwaye means.
Okay.
Because it's the deep Hausa of what twins is all about. But when you talk of anybody you mention Mbu will understand you are talking about twins in Hausa. But when you say Tagwaye, that's deep.
Okay.
So Tagwaye is actually the name I chose as a brand. Even the businesses I do. Back then, I had a shop where I sell handsets. They also repair handsets. They sell handset accessories. It was named Tagwaye Global Communications. That's at that time. So it has been there. It's a brand I chose. Okay, since we are twins, let's use the Tagwaye as a brand, and that's what.
So what? Sorry. So what? Your twin. How does he get some kind of
royalties? Yes.
Yeah. Aside the royalty, the fact that people misplace him or.
Yeah, we look identical.
Okay.
But for those who know us very well, will understand he is much, fatter than myself.
Okay.
He's chubby and all of. I make the money, he eats the money. So,
okay.
He looks fatter than myself.
Okay.
So, but some people do not understand that, and he keeps beers. I don't keep beers.
Okay.
So these are some of the things people. But sometimes you get royalties that MC Tagwaye, can I have selfie? Pa. And he doesn't want to embarrass the person to tell the person
he's not the one.
I'm not the one, so they don't feel bad and all of that. So it happens, yes.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So if you were not an entertainer, what would you have become?
I will become a teacher.
Oh,
I thought you would say politician.
No. I don't. Even the last election, a lot of people asked me to contest for positions, and they want to stand by me for the positions I want to contest for. But I don't like politics.
Wow.
I don't like politics, not as if I don't like politics, but I don't like leadership. Okay. You understand? Because until some things change in this country, if you become a leader, you are just soiling yourself. Because Nigerians have problem with being pleased. There's no way you please in Nigeria. We don't have water. Okay, fine. You don't have water? Yes, okay. Please, where is the Ministry of Water? These houses should have water. And you make sure of that. All the houses have water. What kind of water is this? It's testing somehow. You said water. So how do we determine the kind of taste water gives to you? That's Nigeria for you. They hardly appreciate. You have insecurity in a particular place, and then the government responds to your request. And there is improvement in the security of that particular place. You will not promote what the government has done in that place, that the security is improved. But when there was problem with security, the whole world knows about it. Why can't you tell the whole world about the improvement? So these are some of the things that I see in Nigeria. I really don't want to go into leadership. You understand? These are just some of the things. You know, it hurts when you are doing your best and you are not being appreciated for it. You understand? It hurts a lot. You are doing your best and people don't see it. They don't appreciate it. You know, it's really sad. So that is why I would choose to either remain as a teacher, my entertainment, and what have you. That is what I just want.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now we'll take a short break, and then when we'll come back, we'll now talk to the president and him.
Yes.
Yes, because we actually have series of questions.
Some questions
the
for
president. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
If you behave yourself, you may not have houses in Abuja or in Europe or in America.
Hello. Yes, how are you? Do you know what? Okay. Senator, how are you? Okay. What is the problem? Yes.
Eventually you found it. I really need your help, sir.
Okay. Is that all? Well, I think if that is your problem, I doubt if that is a problem.
Oh my God. I can't believe it, Excellency.
Yes. Because I know where it is. Yes. I know exactly where you can find it.
Thank you, sir. I cannot do without you, Excellency.
Exactly.
Okay, sir. So, sir, where can I find it, sir?
Okay. Where you are going to find that certificate, go to Hamid Ali's uniform. It is right inside there. Look very closely to his uniform. If you look inside from the left hand side, it is there. Don't miss it. It is kept there. Yes. Go and get it. Yara ba ku da da'a. In ka san wannan ai baka san waccan ba. If you know this, you don't know the other one.
We now see the table. It's as if it's like so.
Oh, you're welcome back, and we're still here. And MC Tagwaye is going to. You have to help our lives. Talk to us as the president.
We actually have some questions for you, just one or two questions.
I told you people I'm not ready for this today. I'm very sorry. I apologize. Sincerely. You didn't tell me I should come, and I would have taken because there are some what do they call it? Supplements. You know, there are supplements I take. There are when you do something you have to. There are things you mix.
Okay.
Spice, to spice it, and but you would have told me I would have come with those spices.
I'm actually feeling bad.
I feel terrible right now, but not to worry. At least we have him here, and it's good to have you on the program today. And we believe what people out there have learned. You know, sometimes when you read up certain things on Google, right, it might not be as surreal as when the person in question puts it out there. Some people can get all of the informations you just give to us on Google. I can get that.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But sometimes it's important that people get to experience this, you know, and hear it from the horse's mouth. And that is why we are here, and you're here, and that's we are appreciative of your presence. So thank you for joining us on the program.
Yeah, so right now, let's talk about his comedy, because his comedy seems like more of an interview kind of comedy.
Yes.
Like, you're not really the stand-up comedian type where you just take mic and you start giving us joke. You're more like, ask me questions and I answer you.
Not really. There are occasions where I don't even need to talk and people are laughing.
Okay.
I don't even talk. Before I even talk, people are laughing already. You know, what I do is I deliver a speech. This is the character. This is what the character does. You know, if I go outside that, then there's a problem. I'm not doing what the character should do. You know, so but like I said, there are times I will be opening my speech. I will even say a word. Just look at the people around, then bring down my head. Everybody is laughing. You understand? So, being stand-up comedy, you know, I don't want to do so many things at the same time just to prove people wrong or something. No. This is what I do for now, and that is what I maintain. I don't have to, you know, cross the line or probably jeopardize what I'm doing just to prove people wrong that, he cannot do stand-up comedy. No problem. This is what I'm doing now. I don't have to prove anybody right or prove anybody wrong to stay out of course. No, I can't do that. This is what I do for now, and that is what I'm going to maintain.
All right, so this brings me to the next question. Do you sometimes go out of the president's character? Like, since you started professionally comedy, you know, you said from the start you mimic people. In fact, while we were teaching, you mimic your proprietress. Do you now, as it is right now, do you go out of the president's character to do something else? Or is it just the president?
Since I started speaking to you here, I've not been in my character, so...
No, what I mean is, when you do comedy...
When I do comedy, no,
yes.
I don't. I don't. In fact, from the venue even, once I arrive venue, because before I come to a particular venue, my team, they are there already to tell me this is the time they have set for you to perform. So once I come, I won't even spend up to 10 minutes. I go upstage, and once I finish performing, I just leave. I don't only leave the stage, I leave the venue entirely. That is what I do. So it happens, a lot of people, you know, unlike other comedians, that after performance, they will now go back in the audience, start collecting contacts, you know, for another event, and I don't do that. Because of the character, and that is how I've maintained it.
Wow.
You hardly see me in every event. Hardly see me in every event, either to attend, to even watch, or to hardly. You understand?
Okay.
So that is the brand, and that is how I want it.
Okay.
After performance, I leave. My team knows that once I switch to character, they address me as one.
Wow.
Do you get my point?
Yes.
Even my twin brother. Once I switch, he understands. And that is how they address me from the beginning till the end of the event.
Wow.
Because I don't go out of character once I switch.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, so that brings me to the next question. I'm sure a lot of people out there want to know, especially the females. Is MC Tagwaye, is he married?
MC Tagwaye is proudly not married. Yes, I'm not married, I'm single, but hopefully, any moment from now, I will be married.
Oh. All right, so ladies, He's getting married soon, obviously, according to him.
So it's such a disappointment
for some
the ladies
out there. So. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so before I go, finally, someone definitely wants to know this. What happens if President Buhari steps down?
I step up.
Okay. All right. You step up.
How
do you intend to step up?
Yes, but that's actually true. Because
Yes.
I used to know a comedian that acts like Patience Jonathan.
Okay.
And now she's no longer the first lady. I hardly hear about the comedian now.
Yeah.
So what will happen if Buhari is no longer?
Now, you know, one thing, a lot of my fans on social media ask the same question. That you need to plan, oh, if this man goes down, oh, what becomes of your comedy? Your career is finished. Some people who are not really fans will tell you, don't worry. I know before the election, like 1 week to the election, a fan of mine, is not a fan, I can't call that a fan. You have 1 week and your career is finished. I posted the picture of Buhari where he went to his farm, and somebody said, don't worry, oh, after this Saturday, you will join him in that farm. You will become his manager in that farm. He will not return in Abuja. You know, the thing is that people don't understand. One thing is, talent is power. There are a lot of, you know, my talent cut across a lot of things. This is just one people have seen. I have a lot of movie proposals.
Okay.
That I am yet to even consider. That is one. And then secondly, people fail to understand that a lot of them will say, you know, once Buhari leaves power, nobody. People fail to understand that when Buhari leaves power, that is when this brand becomes what it should be. Because that is when, if I wish to criticize the current government of that time, people will always want to hear from me. And that is Nigeria. Nigeria always wants somebody that will go against the government or always say the truth or something. That is it. 1 million, more than millions of Nigerians will want to hear from me. What is your take on this particular issue? Do you understand? It depends how you keep yourself, how you keep the brand. Obasanjo, as it is a political brand. And the way he kept his brand, till today, he's still relevant. After years, whenever he speaks, everybody wants to hear what does he mean by what he said. You come out for presidency, you want to contest for presidency, you will always want to go to Obasanjo to have his blessing. Once you have his blessings, everybody feels you have won election. Unfortunately, it wasn't like that anyway this year. So people should understand talent, creativity. You just made mention of the person that mimics Patience Jonathan. He's a very, I don't call him a friend, I call him a brother. Comparing his situation and mine is totally different. Okay. He mimicked a wife of a president. I mimicked the president. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the package I have for the brand I am managing right now is totally different from the package he had. With all due respect to him, and even I personally have told him in one occasion or two, you are mimicking a woman and you are dressed like a man. How does it connect? I can mimic President Buhari even wearing a singlet. It's the voice, you will hear the voice. But does he really look like him? When I appear like him. People see me on TV, they have to take second look to know, is this really the president or not? Literally, when people say, you look like Buhari, I really don't see it. But it's because of the costume, the regalia, and what. I don't only mimic Buhari, I even mimic the way I walk like him. When you take a look, I even walk like him. That is the extent. That is, you know, the degree of talent I have in mimicking people. And I'm that kind of person that I always believe I can do better.
Wow.
I don't take no for an answer. That is it.
I see like that.
All right.
So finally, before he goes, we want to know, what do you do for fun?
I don't even know what I do for fun. I really don't know I don't even know what I should call I should call fun, you know. But basically, I think the job I do right now is fun for me, because I don't smoke. Some people see smoking as fun. I don't drink. Some people see drinking as fun. I don't do drugs. Some people see doing drugs as fun, and you know. So I hardly find what is even fun for me. I hardly have time. I travel out. I can be in Abuja for 4 or 5 days. I can only go to my office, come back to my house. I don't have friends I visit in Abuja, and I reside here in Abuja.
So you travel out to like Mr. President?
Yeah, I travel out when I have the money.
Okay.
Yes.
So you go on vacation?
I go on vacation.
Okay.
Like I just came back like 3, 4, 5 days ago.
Oh.
I went for vacation because during the election we had a lot of events. Every governor would want me to come and endorse him. You know, so it was hectic. I had to go out and rest. And then going out to even rest, I didn't even rest again. Because I was supposed to spend like 10 to 12 days. I end up spending like 5 days because too many calls. Where are you? We need you. Where are you? This, that. And so many things, so many projects that I just have to come back.
All right. He doesn't really have, what he calls fun.
I
But
don't.
but he goes on vacation, which is really important. It's important to rest at one point or the
But
other.
I'm sure some people deserve some accolades or shout outs that you want to make. Like, do you have people to give shout outs to?
Yes, of course. Shout out to my manager,
Okay.
Roland.
Okay.
My team, Mike, Nelson, and of course, the Jagaban, my twin brother, is always the one that he is not always there, but when something comes up, he comes there and then he assumes power, you know. So shout out to them. And then a lot of people, I can't call everybody, but I just gave a shout out to my team who are always there to see things are being done in the right way. And of course, my colleagues in the industry, you know, some of them, not all of them, you know, have been supportive. I know some of them that will just on their own send me a message that you are doing good, well done, you are really trying, God will bless your hustle and all of that. Senior colleagues, you know, people, even when I was a kid, I was watching them on TV, either acting movie or performing on stage as comedians and all of that. You know, they have so much respect for me. You understand? And I have double for them because I respect them so much. Whoever cares about you, I think he earns your respect. You know? And then there are also colleagues out there, comedians, who would wish Buhari failed.
So that they'll laugh
You know?
at you.
So that they will laugh. I don't like side talks. But you have a lot of talks. Don't mind him, he's shining now. Once that man is out, he's out. You know? So, it's all good. It's all good.
All right.
Really, I must say we've actually had a very
Very
beautiful
good time with you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the program.
And
Thank
we
you.
wish you'll come back again someday.
Yeah, I wish so too.
Yes.
Alright guys, we'll say that it has really been exciting on the segment of the entertainment on Hello Africa. And with MC Tagwaye still in the building, we'll say thank you so much to him for coming. And he is assuring us that he'll come again someday.
Yes, according to him, he wishes to come back
No,
here.
he will come again.
Alright.
I wish to come back. So you need to provide the horse.
Oh,
Okay.
if
We'll
wishes
do
were
that.
horses. So right now, let's take a little short break, a very short break. And this break, we're bringing you another of MC Tagwaye's exciting
Definitely.
comedy. Since he has refused to talk to us as Mr. President. So right now, we'll bring you one of his videos again for the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.